My name is Bert, and this is the Still Life Podcast. Welcome back to another episode of the Still Life Podcast. As always, I am your host, Bert. It is Tuesday, June, not July, it's not July yet, June 29th. Had a job interview this afternoon, just a phone interview, went really well. They're moving me forward. That's great. Went to the doctor last night and found out I have strep throat. So it's not allergies like I was thinking it was. My tonsils are super swollen. I've been super congested, and so I got strep throat, so that's fun. So dealing with that, good times. So got meds, and excuse me. So yeah, I'm just happy to hopefully get rid of this in about a week. It's just been kind of crappy weather, just gloomy, just gray and raining on and off, and just not great weather for anything. You know, it's like lay in bed and sleep kind of weather where it's just like, nothing is appealing outside, you know, and it's hard, especially not working, you know, when there's days like this. It just kind of drags you down a little bit. It makes it hard to stay motivated and to get things done, you know, so it's been kind of a dreary couple of days, but after going to the doctor yesterday, you know, getting some stuff squared away, taking care of some things I need to take care of, I feel better today, you know. Had to do my physical. I've been putting it off for like the last 6 months, and you know, they did the blood draw and everything, and I gotta say, the girl that was doing my labs, that did the blood draw, first time in my life I've had blood drawn where I did not feel the needle go in. I have this weird problem where I have like hypersensitive skin, and people think I'm crazy when I'm like, oh, I can feel the needle going all the way in from the time it breaks my skin till it goes, you know, till it's done moving. I can feel the whole thing, and it freaking hurts. So I hate shots. I hate getting poked with needles. It's the freaking worst. And I don't know what this girl did, but I didn't feel a doggone thing, and it was amazing. Like, I was like looking at my arm just like, okay, did it go in there? Like, is the needle actually in? Yeah, it was in. She was drawing blood. So, hats off to her for making that the most pleasant blood draw experience of my life. It was incredible. I hope she's still there the next time I need blood draw. I'll say that. You know, I hope those of you that listened to yesterday's podcast were able to take some nuggets from that. You know, I've talked to some friends about it, and it's one of those conversations, you know, that I keep replaying over my head because I still have a lot of growth, you know, left to do. And of course, I always wanted to continue to learn and grow. And, you know, it's like the conversations that I had on yesterday's show, I want to continue to use those and remind myself to use those tools every day to be, you know, constructive in my conversations when dealing with difficult topics or conflict or struggle versus being destructive and, you know, looking out for my own self-preservation and, you know, playing the blame game. Is I need to take responsibility for my actions, and that's where I need to start. So, you know, that's a constant thing that I'm always going to continue to work on. Excuse me, and will have on the forefront of my mind. But moving forward, you know, like I said, had a good interview today. I'm doing another career fair on Thursday. I've opted to do that because at this point, I can't really cast a large enough net until I find where that open door is and where I need to be. I need to keep fishing for and looking for opportunities for work. So, you know, I'm continuing to put myself out there, put my resume out there. I'm all over LinkedIn, you know, and just trying to put content up and just trying to learn, you know. So it's all about learning. It's all about growing with everything that I do. You know, how can I continue to improve myself, continue to improve the content that I'm putting out there, you know, professionally, entertainment-wise, or otherwise. So, you know, I'm always on this quest for knowledge and growth. And this podcast is no exception to that. So, I hope to continue to learn to grow my content, my writing, and my ability to podcast as I continue on this journey. I mean, I'm almost 50 episodes deep, and, I take pride in that fact because that's, roughly about 10 weeks of doing the podcast. And I know I skipped a couple days, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But, to be doing this for close to 2.5 months now, almost 3 months, is pretty awesome. A lot of people don't make it this far with a lot of things they attempt in life. And yeah, there's been days where I haven't wanted to post content, but I've pushed through and I've done it anyway. And I'm glad that I did, and I'm glad that this has become a habitual thing, and I look forward most days to sitting down in front of the computer with the microphone and just, talking about whatever's going on in my head. And, I hope to continue to grow and evolve it and to bring more guests on and to really just have fun with it. And I hope to put some great content out there, whether it's entertaining or thought-provoking or, whatever it is. I hope that we can all learn and grow from it. At the end of the day, if I can help one person through creating this podcast, through putting this content out there, I will consider myself a success in the realm of podcasting. And obviously, I want to help as many people as possible, but if I can at least reach one and help one, it's a success, and I'm good with that. So I've got a few guests in mind. I'm going to try here in the next couple of weeks to get another guest on the show. I'm not going to talk about names because I haven't even talked to any of the individuals yet to see who's interested and who's got the time to do it. But I've got people in mind on paper that I would love to have join me on the show and that I think y'all would enjoy hearing from. So as we move forward, as this thing continues to grow and take shape, I appreciate everybody that takes the time out of their day to listen to the podcast, whether it's every day, once a week, or whatever the case may be. I appreciate each and every one of you for taking your time and giving some of that time to me. It means so much to me, and I can't be thankful and appreciative enough for your time. So with that said, I'm going to wrap it up for today. And, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'll have something new for you tomorrow. So with that, I would like to thank you all for joining me today on the Still Life Podcast. As always, for questions, comments, topic ideas, suggestions, or if you'd like to become a sponsor of the Still Life Podcast, you can reach us, the Still Life Podcast @gmail.com. That's the Still Life Podcast @gmail.com. Thanks again for joining me today on the Still Life Podcast. Don't forget to check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram @the Still Life Podcast, Twitter, just Still Life Pod, and then also our YouTube channel, the Still Life Podcast. So thanks again for joining me today on the Still Life Podcast. We'll talk again soon.